The Joker has been an infamous crazed villain for more than 60 years, from doing horrible things like killing Barbara Gordon, all the way to the time he poisoned Gotham Harbor and tried to copyright fish because they mutated to have his signature smiling face. Yep. Copyright fish. But more notably, Joker has been a staple of TV and the silver screen, with a handful of actors portraying the character, each in a unique fashion. From a loony man who painted over his facial hair because he refused to shave his mustache, all the way to a guy who thought it was edgy and cool to send dead animals and used condoms to his co-stars. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the JB channel. I'm Jared, and today we are diving in deep into the brand new DC movie that's currently in theaters, featuring Joaquin Phoenix, Joker. I'm going to be explaining and breaking down all of that hidden imagery plastered all over this movie, where the Joker character ends up at the end of it all, the potential for other things in this universe, and a potential sequel, and what exactly that ending means. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as I explain the ending of this new psychological thriller. Joker is the highly anticipated / controversial film that has been making its rounds at the film festivals for the last couple of months, from TIFF to Venus Film Festival, where it received glowing reviews followed by a 3-hour standing ovation, which in no way was exaggerated. Not only this, but the film is directed by the prestigious director Todd Phillips, whom is responsible for the critically acclaimed and highly praised Hangover trilogy. But most notably, he's the guy from Old School that says this:
I'm here for the gangbang.
Now that we have established the comedic genius behind the film in this woke culture, let's get into the actual film as it opens up in the early 1980s, and we are instantly introduced to Arthur Fleck, played by Joaquin Phoenix. And it is established that he is a working class citizen with a heavily coveted career as storefront clown spinning signs, which at the time took a 4-year degree from the local clown college, or simply 2 years if the general education requirements were met beforehand. However, as the movie plays out, the look in Arthur's eyes says that his career move was not meant for him. It's not satisfying him like a Japanese massage parlor would, and college was an idea his parents had instilled in him rather than following his dream of online movie critic. I mean, stand-up comedian. However, after a long day of clowning around, you see what I did there? Arthur is on the subway back home in full clown makeup, giant rubber shoes and all, and is attacked by 3 frat dude stockbrokers faster than a freshman is roofied at a frat party. Kappa Delta Omega Glucose Crouton Phi Phi Fo Fum. But Arthur has taken enough of the beating, so he fires back, literally firing his snub-nosed 6-shooter, killing 2 of the bros, and hunts down the 3rd, shooting him in moderate fall weather temperature blood. Not actually cold blood because, you know, he's not a reptile. Which reminds me, and also bothers me, that Jurassic Park is scientifically inaccurate, because a cold-blooded animal could not breathe on a window and create steam. Thanks, Spielberg. But this act of violence awakens something in Arthur Fleck, much like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but also nothing like them at all. A better analogy would be 30 minutes after eating Taco Bell and something in you wants to explode out. The Joker is born. So my producer just informed me that we don't have the budget or time to produce such a long video, so this next section is going to be pretty quick.
Arthur Fleck is now big man on campus as he strolls over to his neighbors and makes sweet, sweet clown love to her. He also has a very successful open mic career following this, with packed out banquet halls for an open mic on a Tuesday night, which in no way is false. According to Comedy Digest, most open mic nights have about 100 to 200 people. The Joker murders one of his co-workers because he booked the Peterson party instead of him, which featured 2 different kinds of cake and hot dogs, which typically never happens on the job. He then gets a pillow for his mother and then slips and murders her, you know, via aggressive smothering. Discovers that he was an abandoned child, just kidding, adopted, just kidding, abused, and adopted. And one of his wildest dreams comes true when he lands a spot on the late night television show, The Maury Povich Show. Wait. Yeah, that's right. He tells a joke that blows everyone away, including the host's head. He shot him. Sorry, I know that people wouldn't have gotten that one. And it becomes the face of the city and a symbol for hope. Roll them credits, Bernie.
Now the next part is an absolute shocker to Joker. There's going to be 2 different things that I explain and really break down. The first one is going to be the potential for this universe, followed by what exactly that ending means and how everything shakes down. So from now on, it's going to be major spoilers. I warned you. Now, many viewers won't understand or catch this, but there's this oddly placed scene of a camera slowly sweeping by a marquee of a theater at the time of the Joker riots, and it states that a showing of Zorro, the Gay Blade, is playing, which was illegal at that time, but now many states allow two swords to clang with one another. But this is also a huge hint towards the 1998 Zorro film starring Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, which received moderate to positive reviews via Rotten Tomatoes, with critics stating that it's the most authentic telling of the masked vigilante, and the costume design was something audience had yet to see. But we're going one further. As the camera sweeps down, it appears that a husband, wife, and young son are scurrying away from the madness Joker has started in what we now know is Gotham City. But wait, have these characters been seen before? It is revealed that this trio is Thomas Wayne, who is the Gotham City citizen who was introduced earlier in the film and is running for mayor. Bruce Wayne, who also happens to be Thomas Wayne's son, which is only revealed by the last name via the credits at the end of the film. And the woman with the two, again, is revealed via the credits to be none other than Martha Wayne, which was the main and most pivotal plot point of the box office success and critically acclaimed film Batman v Superman. By this time, all of the pieces in Joker can be placed together to reveal, yes, this movie takes place in the same universe, yes, the same universe as one Batman. But how can this be? Who is Bruce Wayne? Who is the Batman? If we go back a few years to 1939, one individual by the name of Malcolm Wheeler Nicholson founded a company by the name of National Allied Publications. At this time in America, many people could not read, and color in general, from printed color to colored TVs, had yet to be invented. So Mr. Malcolm took it upon himself to create something that had not been done yet. Start a line of smaller books that feature elaborate pictures so that consumers who could not read could easily follow along, but also added small snippets of dialogue and thoughts in bubbles, later coined speech and thought bubbles, to also entertain the demographic that was far more ritzy at the time and had the ability and privilege of reading. As the company began to gain popularity, National Allied Publications didn't have the pizzazz Malcolm had hoped for, so a name change was in order, changing the name to DC Comics, which stood for District of Columbia Comics because of Malcolm's undying love for Washington, D.C., specifically the Washington Monument because, and I quote, "It's exquisite craftsmanship and it looks like a big old dong." As issues flew off of newsstands and stores such as Walden Books, Episode 27 introduced the Caped Crusader known as Batman. Now you're probably wondering how this Batman character has any sort of relation to the Joker and this newly released film. Well, this new Batman character's alter ego and real name is Bruce Wayne. That's right, the little boy whose parents were murdered by a crazed clown mask wearing MAGA supporter was none other than Bruce Wayne, aka the Batman. All of the pieces come full circle, with the biggest hint being that of his father's last name, Thomas Wayne. It would have taken a world-class detective to solve this seemingly odd cameo, but it all makes sense when Batman's most cunning villain is introduced via history books in 1940, the Joker. As you can see, the movie Joker isn't only a character study of a man slowly spiraling into insanity, and the origin story for a symbol of madness, but this is also the origin story of one Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, who is featured in countless comics and shows and merchandise and movies, from one featuring a mister who was also a mom, one featuring a hypersexual bat ass cheeks and bat nipples, to one featuring a man who cannot find Rachel, to one who realizes his mother may have the same name as another man's mother. But as Joker comes to a close, Arthur Fleck, the once panned stand-up comic, booking sold-out open mic shows, is now locked up in what we can now consider to be Arkham Asylum, laughing uncontrollably. Oh man, I forgot to mention Arthur suffers from a rare disease called Coxsackie virus, which actually is just a funny word. It's not the actual disease. He just laughs a lot. I'm assuming he has a very tight core. The therapist then asks, "What's so funny?" And Arthur responds, "You wouldn't get it." What does this mean? Was it really a joke she wouldn't understand, or was this just another jab at feminism? For the casual filmgoer, it means nothing, and the film is what the film is. But for the obsessive film school student that demands to use their degree because they are stuck making local TV commercials for Earl's Barbecue, where their slogan is, "Making your hand stickier than junior prom," since 1987, there is something much deeper to analyze here. What? Yeah, analyze. Why doesn't it sound the same when I say it? Analyze. In fact, this ambiguous scene hints at what the true ending of Joker means. If we as an audience member play everything we just saw back again with the ending in mind, some scenes seem to play out in a manner that seems odd in the context of the overall film. Like that one scene featuring a packed open mic night, Joaquin Phoenix actually getting with Zazie Beetz. I mean, come on here. Or the one where dogs are playing poker. Something does not add up. So was the whole story of a man that gets knocked down but gets up again just the visualization of tub thumping by Chumbawamba, or rather a far-fetched fantasy that played out in the head of one Arthur Fleck? Well, again, when we look back at certain scenes, it is revealed that Arthur's mind tends to make up certain things so he can live out these fantasies. Two examples come to mind, one of which has him being picked out of the audience of the Maury Povich show, and another is going on fun dates with Zazie Beetz' character. It is revealed that neither of these are true, hence reinforcing the fact that maybe the whole film was an elaborate choice that Todd Phillips chose for the Joker's muddied origin story, or rather to motivate people into making ending explain videos that state the obvious but get millions of clicks and millions of views because people are big dum-dums. So that is it. Joker finishes with a large "the end," which in most cases symbolizes the end of the movie as the credits roll. However, the end isn't actually the end here. In the words of Daughtry, it's not over, as Todd Phillips and crew hid away one more final Easter egg. Blink and you'll miss it. As elaborated earlier, Joker resides in the same universe as Batman, and there is in fact a Batman cameo and the hope for a sequel tucked away near the end. The credits finish and we are left with a dark black screen, but with a keen eye, any sweaty comic book nerd would see the outline of the Caped Crusader's cowl. Did you see it? Okay, rewind and try it again. Did you see it now? Okay, one more time. Okay, pause. Boom, it is right there. Old Batman himself. So in conclusion, Joker is the gritty true telling of how a man who kept bombing at open mics, combined with the fact that he lived with his mother and couldn't find any dates on the extensive amount of dating apps out there, including Farmers Only, can drive a man crazy and slowly grow an obsession and attachment to clowns. So what did you think of Joker? Did you like this new, grounded, gritty, real take on the character and this comic book property? What did you think of Joaquin Phoenix in this role? Is it one of the best performances you've seen this year? And do you want to see more in this universe and a potential sequel? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Follow all of my social media down below. There's going to be plenty more Ending Explained Poorlies coming soon. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. These take a lot of time for me to do, but I really, really enjoy them. Until next time, I'll see you later.